Hello from Mindset Daily, wishing you a day full of health, peace, and happiness. Thank you for watching the Mindset Daily channel. Don't forget to like and subscribe to support us. Thank you so much.
Have you ever noticed how much time we spend chasing approval that never lasts? What if the recognition you're running after could vanish overnight? And what happens when your worth is tied to opinions that change like the wind? So many of us spend our lives chasing something we can never truly hold on to. We chase the smile of approval, the nod of recognition, the applause of the crowd. We think that if enough people notice us, if enough tell us we're good enough, then maybe we'll finally feel worthy. But here's the truth that can change your life. You don't need the world to validate you. You don't need claps, compliments, or acceptance to know who you are. You were created with value, born with purpose, and no opinion can add to or take away from that. When you spend your life seeking validation, you give away your power. Each time you let someone else decide your worth, you become their prisoner. If they like you, you feel good. If they ignore you, you feel empty. If they criticize you, your spirit collapses. That's no way to live, and it's no way to build a future. Yet so many of us fall into this trap without even realizing it. We check our phones to see how many people liked what we posted. We measure our beauty, our talent, our intelligence by the standards of those who don't even know our heart. We let strangers on a screen decide how much we should smile today. Isn't that tragic? Validation from others is fleeting. It never lasts. One day they love you, the next they forget you. One moment they cheer, the next they criticize. People are fickle, their opinions shifting like the wind. And if your worth is tied to what they think, you'll be tossed back and forth, never steady, never at peace. That's why you must anchor your worth in something unshakable, inside yourself. You are not defined by approval. You are not defined by applause. You are not defined by recognition. You are defined by your belief in who you are, by the effort you give, the honesty of your heart, and the strength of your spirit. Stop letting others hold the mirror that reflects your worth. Take it back into your own hands. Look at yourself and declare, I am enough. I have value. I don't need permission to be who I was created to be. Critics will always exist. There will always be voices saying you're not good enough, not smart enough, not talented enough. If you spend life trying to silence every critic, you'll exhaust yourself and never win. But if you choose today to stop needing their validation, their voices lose power. They can't control you anymore. They can't hold you hostage. You rise above, and you begin to live free. Many of you have spent too long in the shadows of other people's opinions. You've allowed parents' disappointment, friends' jealousy, and colleagues' criticism to shape how you see yourself. You've been trying to prove your worth. But you don't have to prove it anymore. You already are enough. You don't need another certificate, another award, another round of applause to confirm the truth about you. Your value isn't up for debate or negotiation. It is unshakable. And the more you grow, the more opinions will come. Not everyone will celebrate you. Some will question your motives. Some will doubt your abilities. Some will try to bring you down. That's when you must stand firm in your worth. When you know who you are, their noise cannot drown your purpose. When you know your value, their rejection cannot stop your progress. The greatest freedom you will ever experience is freedom from the need for validation. When you no longer need approval, you can finally live authentically. You take risks without fear. You make decisions without hesitation. You walk into a room without wondering what others think. You stand on your path without waiting for someone to confirm it's the right one. That is true strength. That is true confidence. That is true peace. So tonight, release the weight of their opinions. Let it go. Stop asking, will they like me? Will they accept me? Will they notice me? Start asking, am I proud of who I'm becoming? Am I walking in my purpose? Am I staying true to my values? Because at the end of the day, when all the noise fades and the crowd disappears, you are left alone with yourself. And the only validation that matters is whether you can look in the mirror and say, I lived true. I lived free. I valued myself. One of life's greatest lessons is that not everyone deserves access to you. Not everyone should be allowed into your mind, your heart, your spirit, your peace, your focus. These are treasures more valuable than gold. Yet how often do we give them away carelessly? How often do we let people drain us, disturb us, and control us without realizing the cost? Your peace is your power. Without it, you can't think clearly. Without it, you can't hear your own heart. Without it, you lose direction. But when you guard your peace, when you learn to protect your energy, life begins to align. Suddenly, You can focus, you can grow, you can move forward. Protecting your peace is not selfish. It is survival. It is wisdom. It is strength. Because there will always be people who try to pull you into chaos. There will always be voices dragging you into gossip, drama, arguments, and distractions. And if you're not careful, you'll waste your days reacting to noise instead of pursuing your purpose. Some thrive on conflict. Some thrive on negativity. Some thrive on tearing others down. But you must decide. Your energy is too precious to waste on battles that don't matter. Every time you argue with someone who refuses to understand, you lose energy. Every time you explain yourself to someone committed to misunderstanding you, you lose peace. Every time you allow negativity to sit at your table, you rob yourself of strength. That's why you must be selective about where your attention goes. Not every call deserves to be answered. Not every insult deserves a response. Not every invitation deserves your presence. Protect your energy by choosing carefully where you invest it. And know this, your focus will always be attacked. The moment you choose to build, distractions will appear. The moment you decide to grow, temptations will rise. And most often, it isn't the big things that stop us. It's the little things, endless scrolling, pointless conversations, toxic people who drag you back into the same old cycles. That's why you must guard your focus like a soldier guards a fortress. Be disciplined about who and what earns your attention. Some people in your life bring peace, while others bring storms. If every time you're around someone you feel drained, anxious, or defeated, pay attention. Energy doesn't lie. Some people pour into you, others empty you. And you cannot reach your potential if you're always running on empty. It's time to protect your energy. It's time to protect your peace. Now I know what some of you are thinking. If I distance myself, they'll be upset. They'll call me selfish. They'll accuse me of changing. And maybe they will. But let me ask, would you rather live pleasing them and destroying yourself, or guard your peace and finally live free? Because people who truly love you will celebrate your growth. People who truly care will respect your boundaries. But those who only want to use you, who only want to take from you, will be upset when you finally choose yourself. And that's okay. Let them be upset. Let them talk. Let them misunderstand. Your future is too important to sacrifice on the altar of their comfort. Peace doesn't happen by chance. Peace comes by choice. You must fight for it. You must set boundaries to protect it. You must say no to some things in order to say yes to your destiny. And once you taste true peace, once you feel the strength of living with focus, you will never want to return to chaos. There will be moments when protecting your energy means walking away from an argument your pride wants to win. Moments when protecting your peace means cutting ties with a relationship your emotions still crave. Moments when protecting your focus means shutting out the noise of the world so you can finally hear the quiet voice within. These decisions are not easy, but they are necessary because peace is the foundation of your purpose. When your mind is calm, you make better choices. When your heart is at peace, you attract better people. When your spirit is strong, you move with clarity. Every part of your life improves when you guard your energy. So stop giving your strength to people and situations that don't deserve it. Stop letting chaos rent space in your soul. Stop wasting focus on things that won't matter a year from now. If you truly want to value yourself, you must invest in yourself. Too many people wait for others to give them opportunities, to open doors, to create chances. Hear me clearly. You are responsible for your own growth. The best gift you can give yourself is the commitment to becoming better each day. Not better than someone else, not in comparison, but better than who you were yesterday. Think about it. You can lose money. You can lose possessions. You can even lose people. But no one can ever take away what you've built inside. Knowledge, discipline, skill, resilience. These are investments that last a lifetime. The time you spend improving yourself is never wasted. Every lesson learned, every habit formed, every strength developed adds lasting value to your life. Here's the challenge. Growth requires patience. We live in a world obsessed with shortcuts. Everyone wants overnight success, instant results. But lasting growth takes time and sacrifice. You can't plant a seed today and expect fruit tomorrow. You must water it, nurture it, and give it time. In the same way, your personal growth requires daily investment. Reading, learning, practicing, building. It isn't glamorous. It isn't always exciting. But it is necessary. And remember, self-growth isn't just about education or career. It touches every part of you. Your character, your discipline, your emotional strength, your spiritual depth. What good is it to gain the world and lose yourself? What good is outward success if you remain empty inside? True growth makes you stronger in every dimension of life. Some of you are still waiting for the perfect moment to invest in yourself. You say, "When I have more money, then I'll start. When I have more time, then I'll work on myself." But the perfect time will never come. Growth begins now, with what you have, right where you are. You don't need a library full of books to start reading, just one. You don't need hours to build discipline, just a few minutes each day. You don't need the approval of others to move forward. You only need to decide that you're worth the effort. And here's the truth. No one else can do this for you. No one can exercise for you, learn for you, fight your battles for you, or build your habits for you. You cannot outsource personal growth. It's your responsibility. The day you stop blaming others and take ownership of your life is the day you begin to rise. Investing in yourself also means letting go of comfort. Growth doesn't happen in ease. It comes when you push past what feels safe, when you challenge yourself, when you step into the uncomfortable. Comfort zones are where dreams go to die. But when you break out, when you push beyond your limits, you discover strengths you never knew you had. And remember, growth isn't always visible right away. Like a seed underground, progress often happens in silence. Others may not notice, people may not applaud, but keep watering, keep nurturing, keep moving forward, because one day, the results will speak louder than any words. Your consistency will pay off. Your effort will shine through. But it begins with the decision to invest in yourself, even when no one is watching. Don't confuse busyness with growth. Many people stay busy their entire lives, yet never truly improve. They work hard, but they don't build themselves. Real growth requires intentionality. It means asking yourself daily, what am I learning? How am I growing? What am I doing today that my future self will thank me for? Because every action is either adding value to your future or robbing it. You were not created to stay the same. Life is about becoming, about evolving. Every season is an opportunity to learn, to grow stronger, wiser, deeper. If you stop growing, you stop living. If you stop investing in yourself, you begin to shrink. And the tragedy is, too many people spend more time upgrading phones, cars, and houses than upgrading themselves. Yet your life can only rise to the level of who you are inside. So tonight, I challenge you. Make a commitment to your growth. Read that book. Take that course. Learn that skill. Build that discipline. Step into silence and reflect. Do whatever it takes. Invest in you. Because the more you grow, the more valuable you become, not only to yourself, but to everyone around you. You become a better friend, a better parent, a better leader, a better human being. If there is one discipline that can transform your life, it is the ability to embrace silence and discipline. In a world full of noise and endless distractions, silence has become rare. Yet silence is where focus is born. Discipline may seem unpopular, but it is where greatness is built. Without silence, your mind becomes scattered. Without discipline, your life drifts without direction. But when you embrace both, you unlock a strength most people never discover. We live in a time where everyone feels the need to speak, to post, to prove, to respond. But real power often comes through restraint. It takes strength to remain silent when provoked. It takes strength to resist reacting when disrespected. It takes strength to hold your tongue when gossip tempts you. Silence is not weakness. Silence is control. Silence is clarity. Silence means choosing peace instead of losing it in arguments that don't matter. In silence, you hear what others miss. You hear your thoughts. You hear your heart. You hear direction. Sometimes the loudest guidance comes in quiet moments, but most people are too distracted to notice. They drown in noise, endless conversations, endless opinions, endless entertainment, and wonder why they lack focus. You cannot hear purpose in chaos. You cannot find clarity in constant distraction. But in silence, you connect with your inner strength. And in that connection, you find the clarity to move forward with power. But silence alone is not enough. You must pair it with discipline. Silence gives you focus, but discipline gives you direction. Discipline is doing what you must even when you don't feel like it. It's saying no to distractions, no to laziness, no to temptations, so you can say yes to your future. Without discipline, dreams stay dreams. Without it, goals remain words. Without it, potential is wasted. And discipline is never easy. It requires sacrifice. It means waking up early when your body wants to sleep. It means studying when your mind wants entertainment. It means training when your emotions crave comfort. It's choosing long-term gain over short-term pleasure. Most people never reach their potential because they choose comfort over discipline. But the few who embrace sacrifice become unstoppable. Discipline is not about perfection, it's about consistency. You won't always feel motivated, but discipline will carry you. Motivation is an emotion. It comes and goes. Discipline is a decision. It stays. Motivation asks, do I feel like it today? Discipline says, whether I feel like it or not, I'll do it. That is where greatness is born, in the small daily acts of discipline that add up to extraordinary results. Think about it. Every person who achieved something remarkable didn't get there overnight. They got there by showing up day after day, by doing the hard work when no one was watching, by staying consistent when others gave up. Athletes who win championships, leaders who change nations, thinkers who reshape the world, all of them are built on discipline. Not talent alone, not luck alone. Discipline. And if you want to build a life of value, you must embrace it too. But here's the challenge. The world will always tempt you to break discipline. Comfort will call your name. Distractions will chase you. People will try to pull you into their chaos. And every day, you face a choice. Will I stay focused, or will I give in? That's why silence and discipline go hand in hand. Silence protects your mind from noise. Discipline protects your life from waste. Together, they create the foundation of success. Some of you are just one decision away from changing your entire life. One decision to silence unnecessary voices. One decision to discipline your time. One decision to stop wasting energy on what doesn't matter and start investing in what does. Never underestimate the power of these choices, because the trajectory of your life is shaped by the habits you practice daily. There is freedom in silence. There is strength in discipline. And when you bring them together, you begin to live differently. You no longer react to every distraction. You no longer chase every opinion. You no longer waste time on what is temporary. Instead, you focus, you grow, you rise. So remember this, silence is not emptiness. It is strength under control. Discipline is not punishment. It is love for your future. And if you learn to embrace both silence and discipline, nothing in this world can stop you. There comes a time when you must face the truth. Not everyone around you is meant to go where you're going. Not everyone who walks with you today is meant to walk with you tomorrow. Some people are in your life for a season, not a lifetime. The sooner you accept that, the sooner you free yourself from the weight of carrying relationships that only hold you back. Growth requires separation. If you're serious about valuing yourself, if you're serious about focusing on your future, then you must let go of toxic people and toxic situations. The people you surround yourself with will either push you forward or pull you backward. They will either inspire your best or drain you into your worst. Many of us are stuck not because we lack ability or opportunity, but because we are chained to the wrong company. Toxic people don't always show up with loud negativity. Sometimes they disguise themselves as friends, as family, even as supporters. But pay attention to how you feel when you leave their presence. Do you feel lifted, encouraged, inspired? Or do you feel small, drained, and discouraged? Energy never lies. Some people celebrate your growth, and some people quietly resent it. Some people will clap when you succeed, and some will only pretend. If you're not careful, you'll keep giving your time, energy, and heart to people who don't want to see you rise. Hear me clearly. It is not unkind to walk away from those who constantly bring you down. It is not selfish to set boundaries with those who drain your spirit. It is not cruel to cut ties with those who refuse to change. It is wisdom. It is strength. It is self-respect. If someone continually disrespects your worth, belittles your dreams, or poisons your peace, it's time to let them go. I know it isn't easy. Some of these people are the closest to you. Some have shared years of your life. Some carry titles like friend, partner, or even family. And your heart whispers, I can't let go. They'll change. It will get better. But holding on to the wrong people will cost you your future. You cannot heal in the same environment that keeps hurting you. You cannot grow in soil that is toxic. You cannot rise while carrying weights that were never yours to carry. Sometimes the bravest thing you can do is walk away. Sometimes the strongest act of love is to love someone from a distance without letting their chaos destroy your peace. And sometimes the most powerful step toward your destiny is the step away from relationships that keep dragging you back into old patterns. Don't confuse loyalty with bondage. Loyalty does not mean tolerating abuse. Loyalty does not mean staying in places that kill your spirit. True loyalty begins with being loyal to yourself, to your values, to your purpose. If someone constantly betrays your trust, crosses your boundaries, or drags you into darkness, you owe it to yourself to step away. Don't be surprised when your circle gets smaller. Don't be surprised when people call you selfish or accuse you of changing. The truth is, you are changing. You are growing. You are rising. And those who cannot grow with you will try to hold you back. They will say, "You've forgotten us. You've abandoned us. You think you're better." But it's not about thinking you're better. It's about knowing you deserve better. When you let go of toxic people, you make room for healthy ones. When you release what drains you, you create space for what fills you. When you step away from the wrong crowd, you open yourself to the right connections. Life is too short to spend tied to those who refuse to see your worth. You cannot shine if you're surrounded by shadows. You cannot soar if you're chained to the ground. So don't fear letting go. Don't fear walking alone for a season. Don't fear outgrowing people, because growth always brings change. And if they truly belong in your life, they will rise with you. If they cannot, their part in your story has ended, and that's okay. Every ending makes room for a new beginning. Sometimes the very thing keeping you from peace, focus, and growth is not the obstacle in front of you, but the people beside you. Value yourself enough to choose wisely who walks with you. One of the greatest mistakes we make is comparing our journey to someone else's. We look around and see others moving faster, shining brighter, achieving more, and we begin to think we're behind. We measure our worth by someone else's timeline, our progress by someone else's milestones. But hear me clearly, your story is not their story. Your journey is not their journey. And the more you compare, the more you rob yourself of joy, peace, and gratitude for the unique path you're on. Comparison is a thief. It steals your confidence. It steals your focus. It steals your ability to appreciate how far you've come. You start to minimize your victories because they don't look as big as someone else's. You begin to question your worth because it doesn't look like theirs. But life was never meant to be a competition. You were not created to outshine someone else. You were created to shine in your own way, in your own season, with your own light. Every person has a different path, a different pace, a different calling. Some climb quickly, others more steadily. But each journey has a purpose, and when you learn to celebrate your own, everything shifts. You stop racing against people who aren't even running your race. You stop chasing timelines that were never meant for you. You stop feeling behind when in truth, you are exactly where you need to be. Maybe you're not where you want to be yet, but you're not where you used to be either. Maybe the world doesn't applaud your small steps, but every step forward is still a victory. The fact that you didn't give up when quitting seemed easier, that's worth celebrating. The fact that you kept fighting through storms others never saw, that's worth celebrating. The fact that you're still standing, still growing, still pressing on, that alone proves your strength. You don't need to wait until you reach the top to be proud of yourself. Learn to celebrate the climb. Learn to value the lessons you gather along the way. Because the truth is, it's not just about the destination. It's about who you become during the journey. Often the small, unseen victories are shaping you for the big, visible ones still to come. Some of you are so focused on what you haven't achieved that you've forgotten to appreciate what you already have. You've forgotten that once you prayed for the very things you live with today. You once dreamed of being where you are now, but instead of gratitude, comparison has blinded you. Gratitude is the key to joy. And when you are grateful for your journey, you find peace in knowing you are exactly where you should be, becoming exactly who you're meant to be. Don't let the world rush you. Don't let others pressure you into thinking you're late. Flowers don't all bloom at the same time, but each blooms beautifully in its own season. Trust your season. Trust your process. Trust that the timing of your life is working for you, not against you. And remember this, your value is not determined by how visible your journey is to others. Some of the most important growth happens in silence, unseen, unrecognized. But just because no one notices doesn't make it less valuable. You don't need the world's applause to validate your progress. The simple fact that you're moving forward, even quietly, is worth honoring. There will always be someone ahead of you and someone behind you. If you live by comparison, satisfaction will always escape you. But if you live with appreciation, you'll discover peace. Stop measuring your chapter 1 against someone else's chapter 20. Stop despising your small beginnings, Because one day you'll look back and realize those small steps were the very foundation of everything that followed. So tonight, learn to celebrate your own journey. Celebrate that you're growing, even if it feels slow. Celebrate that you're becoming stronger, even if it goes unnoticed. Celebrate that you're still here, still fighting, still standing, because that alone is victory. Don't wait for the world to clap for you. Clap for yourself. Don't wait for others to value you. Value yourself. Your journey is unique, your story priceless, and your progress, no matter how small, is always worth honoring. Wishing you health, happiness, and remember to subscribe to my channel, Mindset Daily.